It says good. We are live. Awesome, awesome. It's Tuesday, Triumph Tuesday, right? We got a lot to talk about. Good morning, everyone. This is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with two. I don't know which way you are.
Sisters, hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, with all the emojis around me. I wanted to do something bright today, and I forgot to turn my light on, but that's okay, no biggie. So Triumph Tuesday, and a funny thing happened on the way to, well, maybe we just won't get into that right now. There's so much I could say right now, and sometimes I just don't know where to begin. But I'll start off with this past weekend. First of all, I want to thank Sandy for helping me out yesterday, filling in for you yesterday. She did an amazing job, and of course, we chatted about her cookbook, and which is the hardcover is now for sale. So if you go to her website, you can purchase an autographed copy if you'd like. She has different things on there, so that's awesome. The other thing, just another shout out to Sal and Ralph. Prime Time did their final appearance this past Saturday. It was a lot of fun, and you know, nice to see all of them together. So that was always a good time. And you know, of course, ran into a lot of familiar faces. That's always a lot of fun. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Casu.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad everyone had a good time. I saw some live videos. That's amazing. And I do know that Ralph and Sal are playing this Saturday, the 13th, at the Hawthorne Inn. And I believe it's 7 to 9, but I'm not exactly sure. So message them. But any hoot, brother, what Triumph Tuesday? What can you say you triumphed over? Well, I had a big triumph. I had 2 procedures done. You know, we are always very real, always very authentic with everything, all health and wellness. So I went for my colonoscopy and I went for my upper GI. So it's like down the throat and up the other end. And interesting enough, I do not react very well to anesthesia. It knocks me on my butt, even if it's a small amount. I just I'm in la la land for like 24 hours. So, you know, by the time I got home, I just totally went back to bed, chilled out, really rested. And it wasn't until probably about 10 o'clock that I started feeling alert, would be the word. But, you know, it's so important to do these procedures that you don't necessarily really want to do. So we've been chatting about different lifestyles, and we've talked about, you know, I've shared how I've switched over to a plant-based diet. And I don't like to say diet, I say lifestyle, kind of in between vegan and vegetarian. So, I mean, how can you kind of do both? Well, because, you know, once in a blue moon, you know, I like chicken. So I try to really wean down most of that. So for the most part, I've really kind of eliminated all beef. I've had maybe beef twice, definitely once, possibly twice since September 1st. So I went to a whole plant-based diet, eating berries and strawberries and, you know, all, you know, great raw vegetables and all that. Well, wouldn't you know, go for that colonoscopy and the upper GI. And I have two issues going. My upper stomach lining is very irritated. And so she says, more fiber. At the flip side of that, I also had 4 polyps removed, which is precancerous. So of course they're going to do the biopsies on them. Those are the signs of colon cancer. So you really want to make sure that, you know, that they're setting up to the lab, you'll get your results. So I'm very positive with that. But on the flip side of it, and I'm not going to say it right, diverticulitis. I have to kind of say it slow because I do have a hard time saying that word. And that is what I've also been diagnosed. So the flip side of that is you know, there's certain things that you can eat that are very healthy. I love strawberries. Guess what? Can't eat those. I love cucumbers. I can, but they have to be seedless because seeds and nuts, those kinds of things are not good for someone that has this condition. It's a disease. And Hold on, I've got to decline that. Hold on one second. Podcast. That was an important call, but I can take it in 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Podcast going now. All right. Bam. See, this is what happens when you're on social media. So anywho, a lot of good food that you naturally like to eat. When you suffer from that disease, you can't eat it. So I was like, what else can I eat? So I started to dive in. Everyone started to really kind of give their input. You know, so many people I know also suffer from it. So obviously seeds and nuts, beans. I love beans. Those are something you can't eat. And they don't recommend raw vegetables unless they're skinned, raw vegetables and fruit. So I can eat an apple, but I got to take the skin off. Grapes are kind of a big no-no, obviously, because they got seeds. You can get the seedless ones, but then you have to peel the skin off. Now, what a pain of a butt that would be to skin grapes. And I don't know that there's any one that actually does skinless grapes, to my knowledge. Tomatoes, wow. Again, it's got seeds in it. Apples, you obviously got to make sure this cord and the skin is off. So there was a lot of healthy food that I've always incorporated in my diet, and now I got to remove those. Butter, I don't use butter. I started using plant butter about 2 years ago, so that's not an issue. You have to obviously stay away from everything that's containing white flour. Well, that's difficult, right? You can have bread, but you want it to be a hearty bread with no seeds. Now, rye bread is a great bread. It's probably one of the best breads for your gut health. But again, it would have to be seedless.
Right.
So there are ways to go around it, but I was shocked on how many healthy foods that I have to actually eliminate. That, you know, because I'm now living more of a plant-based diet, I can't eat all this good stuff. And I was really shocked. Raspberries, love raspberries, can't eat them. I can eat blueberries. They didn't say anything about skinning those. Jan, you want to take over? I got an itch in my throat.
Yes. So what a lot of people don't realize too, when you go to change your diet, especially if you are food sensitive to, let's say, gluten, you should not also be doing dairy. That is a big no-no. So, and I love rye bread as well, but obviously the gluten, the seeds, I can eat different things with seeds in them. I have to be very careful though, how much I have. And interestingly enough, I found something out about my colonoscopy from 3 years ago, which I am not going to share on the air. It's kind of funny, but it explains a lot as far as, you know, for instance, raspberries, anything that's seedy, strawberries, why I can only consume just a very little. So it's those type of internal cues that your body is sending to you that, you know, geez, as much as I want that strawberry shortcake, yeah, I know I can't. No, I can't have that. Or if you're like me, where I mean, very little, and that really is about it. I have to be very, very careful. And it's interesting when you start to get, excuse me, a little bit older, and you have to start, you know, every 5 years, you know, go for certain tests. I've got another 2 years before I have to do the colonoscopy thing again. Yeah, that's no fun, but a necessity for good health for sure. And, you know, the blood work and all that kind of stuff. But it's really, I think too, as a lot of people know, when I talk, I cough a lot. And a couple of friends of mine who were concerned had contacted me and said, hey, you know, you really need to get that checked out. There I go, coughing again. But what I learned about it, and thankfully my x-ray is fine, my x-ray of my lungs are doing just great. It may be one of two things. And we're still waiting for some blood work to come back, but what I found very interesting about it, the cough aspect of, is you could have a GERD, which is, and you may not even know that you even have it, but a big telltale sign of having GERD, which is the acid reflux, is a consistent cough with dry mouth. Well, that's what I have. So they are treating me as if I do have GERD. And hopefully we'll get
because now that you said it, it's like I said, ironically, obviously my throat's raw today from them putting the scope in. But John had said, geez, I noticed you have had a dry cough. And he said, you don't have the virus, do you? I said, no, I don't have the virus. I said, well, maybe it's the allergies. But now that I've been diagnosed with the gastritis and the diverticulitis, I'm kind of wondering that. I'm actually kind of wondering that, because I've noticed not, as evident as when you cough sometimes, but kind of, it's there. So it is something. The other cool thing is I'm making an appointment. Actually, John and I are both making an appointment to go to Revive, which is a naturopathic, it's all has to do with gut health and all that, but they do, and it's locally here. And I actually think that there's some other branches out in the different parts of the United States, but they do a full workup, blood workup, that even doctors don't even go to that extent. And we decided, you know what, if we really want to ensure that we have a healthy longevity as long as possible, sometimes, even though, the insurance might cover, may not cover it, it's good to know where you are from a healthy perspective from the inside out. Because this way you could stay ahead of the game and triumph over any possible things that are going on within your system, and you're ahead of the game. And it's a good feeling to know that you're taking charge that way, because preventative medicine is also the lifestyle that we eat, which is going to correlate with whatever's going on, disrupting our stomach, our intestines, our colon, all these different things, our heart. So while they're unpleasant, and of course they are, that's not the most, I have to say it was a great staff. So shout out to Sebastian River Medical Center. They did an amazing job, great staff there, and love my doctor. I chose this great female, Dr. Lopez. She's sweet. She's right to the point, and she's just got, she's got a great bedside manner. So she, her and the anesthesiologist made me feel, very comfortable. And like I said, these are not things that you normally want to go through, but you know what? If we're going to preach health and wellness, we got to do it ourselves. So the good thing though, is that, I believe at this point, there are things that are in my control that I can change, even though I'm actually changing a healthy lifestyle that was healthy. So in other words, I've got to eliminate some healthy foods just because they got seeds in them. Like I don't eat a lot of nuts, but I do enjoy nuts every now and then. Guess what? I can't have that. The one thing I have to figure out though is, does it mean I can't have peanut butter? Because I do eat peanut butter. Now I'm not eating the nuts, but I'm eating peanut butter. So I'm wondering.
You should be fine with that, because I have the same issue.
Okay, because that would piss me off if I have to give up peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, peanut butter is a staple in our household. In fact, I've got to go out and buy some today. We go through it a lot.
John will just, like, if he wants a quick snack, he grabs a spoon and off he goes.
Yeah, sometimes I do that, like right when I get back from kickboxing. It's like I'm so ravenous, I just take a spoon of it, and kind of satisfies that urge to, like, oh my God, I got to get, something in right away. But that's so true. Like, we do practice what we preach, and we do chat about some things that maybe, as far as health-wise, maybe sensitive in nature for people to hear, talking about endoscopic type of matters, colonoscopy type of matters, like, like we really want to talk about that, but more it's the importance of it is why we want to talk about it. Because if we're not practicing what we are preaching, then why are we doing what we're doing? And obviously we love what we're doing. So much so that, yeah, you're going to see some amazing things coming up, such as our winter detox. We're getting ready to revive that, and we're really excited about it because, you know, who doesn't need a detox every now and then? And I just want to say that there will be a Black Friday special, so stay tuned for that.
That's exciting. And you know, it's so funny because when you do the colonoscopy prep, you're actually really cleaning out your colon, right? So I'm actually starting up again. I was doing a 10-day detox, but it didn't correlate in with once I knew I had to have the colonoscopy date. So I'm starting, today's my first day of my cleanse, and I'm excited that my nutritional program has something that is simple. Who doesn't like simplicity? Simplicity is the key. So we're going to be sharing that along with our detox program for the winter. So I'm really excited that, you know, we're bringing you some not only great products, but great ways of doing it with the type of foods that you need to be doing during a detox. And a 10-day detox is manageable. I say that to everyone, whether it's, you know, a 7-day or 10-day. 10-day is a good number because it flips the switch and starts your body to actually change the habits and really get rid of all the toxins that are in our body. And with that, we're going to be sharing some great recipes, some great foods to eat, and everything that you definitely need to avoid during that 10-day. And who doesn't have 10 days to give to themselves?
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, let's take the fright out of stuff like that and do it together. We will be participating, of course. We practice what we preach, and what better way to do that than with our listeners and viewers. And maybe at some point we will have some of our participants join us in a roundtable type of podcast discussion on what, you know, what they felt, how they felt about doing a detox, and, you know, what that meant to them, and any type of changes that they might want to implement in their lifestyle. So all good things coming up ahead. I don't know, I'm really kind of excited about all of that.
Yeah, because you know what, when we talk about detox, it's not even just the foods that you eat. You got to remember the air that we breathe also has got a lot of toxins in it. So obviously we still have to breathe, and you cannot get rid of what, you know, the air quality is outside, regardless of what you are. There's, you know, impurities. Hey, how about when you go to the hair salon, you're getting your hair done? Well, guess what? You're breathing in the chemicals that are going on your hair. So there are many avenues that we can't, but a detox also eliminates those toxins that, even though we take them on ongoing, it's good to just kind of get a fresh start with all your inside as best you can. So, and those are things that we can do together, and we can triumph over together that we were successful at. And so I'm triumphing over that I got through yesterday. Today is a new day. I feel much better. All the anesthetic is out of me. I'm clear, and I've got such a busy day. We hope that everyone really values even the smallest of triumphs, because they mean something. They mean it's a stepping stone to even a greater triumph. And with that, we were going to be probably going on later tomorrow, or Jan might be going on alone. We don't know. We haven't figured that out yet, as I will be traveling. But we wish everyone a great Triumph Tuesday. And I'm going to turn it over. This is Carroll-Sue, a.k.a. Naughty Boss, live with
TwoSistas. Hey, everyone. We hope you have a great Triumph Tuesday. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll let you know exactly when. Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, signing off for now. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.